2468 was like, when we finished that song, we were like, this is the weirdest song on the record. Nobody's gonna like it. Like, we were like, we are going to deliver this to people and they're gonna be like, Horsegirl got freaky. And then as like people close to us started hearing it, it became clear to us that it like meant a lot and clearly signified a lot of what our new sound is like. But it was the last song that came together. Mm-hmm. And I remember like while we were recording, Nora was playing it for her parents and she texted us saying, my mom was like, why is the intro so long? It was just, like, it is moments like that where we just, you know, it was beautiful to make it in the studio and it really came together that way.
I feel like 2468 kind of speaks to this like transformation that we had throughout like the entire process of recording, because we came in with that song like very fragmented, and it was something that had started in my parents' basement as we were wrapping things up, preparing to go into the studio in Chicago. And I always remember like we were recording other songs and I had this feeling of like, what are we gonna do with this weird fragmented song that seems cool, but like I don't know what's gonna happen with it. And then I feel like it was kind of a testament to like just the comfortable like improvisational energy that we kind of stumbled upon in the session, that we were able to kind of explode the whole thing because we had practice with these other songs, fleshing out different kinds of arrangements. Mm-hmm. And like I remember with the vocals, Kate just sent us in and was like, just try something. Like don't overthink it. Don't try and like put anything on. Just kind of like it was really like the experience of writing something in the studio in a way that like I had never experienced, especially vocally, is very vulnerable to be coming up with words and melodies while there's a bunch of people listening. And then it just clicked in this really cool way, and the take of it is very live, and just I feel like there's this exciting energy of stumbling upon like a rhythm that speaks to just the energy of the whole recording session. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was interesting. That song was very out of like anything we've ever done, and then it ended up being kind of like representative of the sound of the whole album, I feel. And yeah, I remember a moment when we were listening back to it. At the end, like there's like a violin part that comes back, and it's like, wow. And I remember hearing it and like literally being scared of what we had created. It was scary.
Like the chorus of dying children.
It was a little bit, we kind of made it a little bit less haunting, but I think that was just a very strange experience of like, I can't believe we pushed ourselves to this place that like felt unfamiliar, but and then it feels but familiar and definitive for us as well.
Yeah, and
it was special.
It made so much sense, and I think finishing, like, writing all the songs with writing that one, it felt like, you know, the bookend, and it is really exciting that it's going to be the first single, because we've talked about this before, but it
is the first single.
Yes, it is the first single, and I think that it is just an exciting new thing to put out, like, as our first representation of our new record. And yeah, I think it makes a lot of sense, while also it is, we knew it and thought it was the freakiest song on the album. Oh, and when we started writing that song, like, it really came from the idea of getting lost in your own song and like lost in your own thoughts, and these ideas of like girlhood and playing with each other. Like
Oh, sorry, Ryan.
No. Just saying, we wanted that song to just go where it felt like it had to go.
Mm-hmm.
It changes time signature.
Yeah.
But it's the opposite of math rock.
Well said.
We had an image as we were first putting the song together, like before entering the studio, of like a little girl walking to school singing a song to herself, and the evolution that kind of like nursery rhyme that like a young girl would sing, and the turns it takes being very natural, but then you end up in a very different place than you started.
Yeah.
And I do feel like we maintained that spirit, even like though that song took a long time to finish.
Yes. And then it ended up being that very stream of consciousness in the way you guys had to do the vocals. Like,
Right.
it really connected with that idea of making something up on the spot and it being
So true.
so simple and repetitive,
Yeah.
but it really effective. And I think that that's what makes the song, like, so appealing, is that there's no repetition and also kind of only repetition. Because, like, the parts never go back to each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.